Welcome back to the Deep Dive. So, you asked us about the history of computing in personal tech.
Right. And we found a really neat source for this one.
Yeah, exactly. We're diving into this two-part video tour someone posted. It's of the Museum of Electronic and Retro Computers in Krakow.
From that channel, Aries Krakow and Poland Experience, looks like it was just filmed this past May.
That's the one. And our mission here is, well, to pull out the highlights for you, give you a quick feel for the place and the evolution of this tech.
Think of it as your curated tour. We watched the videos so you can get the essence right here.
Okay, so jumping in.
Yeah.
My first impression watching this. Wow. Seeing some of that old gear they showed in oscilloscope took me right back to my college labs.
Ah. Yeah, that kind of visceral connection to older tech is powerful, isn't it?
Totally. And then this like huge early IBM computer, just massive. Really grounds you, makes you appreciate the starting point.
It does. Seeing those physical machines, not just pictures, they were the foundation. Big, clunky, but the foundation.
And speaking of foundations, the telephones, they had a whole display. One was apparently over 100 years old.
A century-old phone, wow.
Yeah. And there was this ship's telephone. Get this, it had a super strong magnet.
Oh, right, I saw that, to keep it stuck to the wall during storms.
Exactly. Clever, right?
Yeah.
Simple problem, clever solution. And a coin-operated one from some village hotel. It just shows communication was so different.
It really does. Each phone tackled a specific challenge of its time, reliability at sea, public access in a village. It's about that core human need to connect.
Then the video moves into early home computers. And this is nostalgia central for a lot of people, I bet. The Commodore era.
Oh, yeah, Commodore.
The host in the video even mentioned Commodore was a slightly brownish color, which I kind of remember too.
Yeah.
They showed the Omega 600 and the Classic 500.
The Amiga 500. Yeah, that was such a key machine. It wasn't super cheap, but it was accessible enough.
Right. It really pushed computing into more homes, didn't it?
Absolutely. Kicked off a huge wave of home software, games. Basically created a generation of digital kids back then.
And it wasn't just Commodore. The museum had like a whole lineup. Atari was there, the 800XL, the 65XE.
Classic Ataris.
And the Amstrad CPC 464, the one with the tape deck built right in.
Yeah, that integrated design was interesting. A different approach, offering an all-in-one box versus systems needing separate drives.
True. They also showed an Atari 520 ST and loads of Commodore 64s, of course. It's like a time capsule of that whole early home computer battle.
It really is. Each one represented a different vision for what home computing could be. Different strengths, different weaknesses.
And you can't have home computers without games, right? The video quickly showed an Xbox.
Bit of a jump there.
Yeah. And the original Super Mario. Just a quick glimpse, but it reminds you how far gaming's come.
That contrast is stark, isn't it? From those early pixelated sprites to what we have now on modern consoles, the leap in power is just immense.
And finally, they touched on mobile phones. Just a quick shot of a display showing how they evolved.
It's easy to forget those early bricks.
Totally. How fast they went from just phones to these tiny, powerful computers we carry everywhere.
That miniaturization and convergence. It's one of the biggest tech stories of the last few decades, really.
So yeah, that's our whirlwind tour through the Krakow Museum of Electronic and Retro Computers, based on that YouTube deep dive by Aries Krakow and Poland Experience.
We went from ancient-looking telephones through the dawn of home PCs, right up to early mobiles.
It's a great reminder that the sleek tech you use today didn't just spring into existence.
Not at all. It stands on the shoulders of all those devices, those innovations, those attempts to solve problems decades ago.
Which brings us to our final thought for you. Looking at those museum pieces, think about how they were once cutting edge but now seem, well, retro.
Right. So what technology that feels commonplace or even advanced to you today might look just as quaint, just as foundational to people looking back 50 or 100 years from now?
Definitely something to chew on. Anyway, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.